too. Knows about the grind. Yeah, the bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again. What's up, Nasties? How you doing? Happy Monday. Welcome inside the William Huff Studios here on the west side of the city. It's Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, producer Zach Kubish in the house as well. Welcome in. Hit us up, River Korean Box 780-218-9999. Nasty chat, and of course, always...
Smash the thumbs up! Smash the thumbs up! Smash the thumbs up!
How's everybody doing out there? We're just underway in a big game, Joaquin. España versus Portugal. Okay, we'll keep tabs on this game for you throughout the show. Fun show on tab 140. JC Abbott from 3 Down Nation. We're going to talk about the Elks. They suffered their first loss in Kelowna. Very interesting game. Bo Levi Mitchell carted off the field. Not good. Trey Ford did not look good either. Calaro's hurt. There's so much storylines to get to around the CFL. Of course, the Elks on a short week. They'll host the Ottawa Red Blacks on Thursday. We'll keep tabs on all the World Cup stuff. Of course, we'll go back and recap Canada's 3-0 loss to Morocco over the weekend. We got F1 to talk about. Oilers signed a handful of players. And at 2:20, Patrick Present from the Hockey News in Anaheim. Is Verbeek going to match Joaquin? Minchikov signs an extension because the rumors were there was an offer sheet coming, so they got out ahead of it. Yeah. So we'll see what happens here. Some early pressure here from, I don't know which. Oh, there we go. The white team is Spain. Joaquin.
Yeah, okay.
How you doing, man? How was your weekend?
It was busy. But first of all, I just want to get to, and I know this seems shameless, but if I was watching Dusty's show today, and I hit the thumbs up, and when I hit it, a little soccer ball shot.
It's cool.
So, but I just did it now, and it didn't do it. So, everyone try and see if they hit the thumbs up. See if a soccer ball comes up. It was pretty cool. It did that. Anyway, what did I get up to this weekend? I watched some great football, and. What's really bad about all this rain and stuff is I had a tree, which is terrible because my friend bought it for me when my daughter was born. And he said, hey, because I was putting trees in my backyard at that point, and I was buying trees from like Costco and stuff. So they were quite big, right? And my buddy goes, oh, yeah, I got a tree for you. I go, that's great. I'm thinking like it's a 5 foot or 6. Yeah. I'll bring it in. I go, perfect. And he brings me this little thing in a pot. And I'm like, it was a maple tree. I was like, what? This is going to take forever. But I went and planted it in the winter thinking it would just die. And lo and behold, that thing just grew and it was massive. But the problem was it was really leaning and it was resting against the fence and it pushed the fence over. And now that the soil's all wet, my fence was going to come down. So I had to take the chainsaw. I was Paul Bunyan this weekend, man. And I was scared to death of this thing. Like I just saw myself in emergency with trying to sew on a limb. So I actually climbed the tree and was sawing it for a while because I didn't want to. And then I used the chainsaw and it was fun. But I've got enough firewood because I chopped down 2 more trees in my backyard. I got a little happy going. And then, but the mess that took, I think it was 15 bags to the Eco Center yard waste.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was.
You're a busy boy.
Yeah, it was a very, very busy weekend, and then I would come in for breaks and watch some sports.
Nice. I had a lot of darts this weekend.
Why?
Maybe half a pack.
What, half a pack?
Yeah.
You mean carton?
No, a pack. That's a lot, though.
Why?
The stress.
Stress of what?
Canada.
Oh.
The Elks.
Yeah. Canada, that sucks, man.
Yeah, I was... Well, let's start there. I thought a good first half. I thought Morocco was kind of a little bit shell-shocked. I think they might have took Canada a little easy because they could not do anything.
Yeah.
In that first half. Canada looked good, but... And then in the second half, and that's the difference when Morocco is just a little bit above Canada in terms of where they are on their soccer.
They're the top African nation.
Yes.
Correct?
Like, they got an opportunity and they make it count. Like, they don't waste opportunity. No, teams miss. I get that. But I didn't like the first goal. It's a set piece, Joaquin. It's just a simple pass to the top of the 18, and he's wide open.
I didn't like that either, man.
Yeah, they fell asleep there. That cannot happen.
You can't give a one-timer to a guy like that.
No.
Yeah.
No. So that was unfortunate. But the thing, Jonathan David was not good this whole tournament. I know he scored a hattie against Qatar, but we got to put it into context. They were short players. They're not a very good team, blah, blah, blah. I don't think any of the forwards really played well. I think Tani was a non-existent. Promise David, when he got in there, Joaquin, sure. And
What about Laren?
Laren scored a big goal against Bosnia, but then there's a reason why Marsh wouldn't start him because there's not a lot left. Do you know what I mean? And then Morocco kind of just took over after they got the first goal. I know Matty was really upset at the substitutions. I am too. I think he waited too long. Like, go for it, man. What are you waiting for? There's no guarantee you're going to tie it and go to extra time. You can't think like that. The whole Alphonso Davies thing. I guess he was cleared, but then he said he wasn't feeling right. Joaquin, you got to trust the player on that, though.
Well, didn't they mention that he went for an MRI the day before and looked at it? It looked okay, but he woke up and it just felt completely off. Like, you got to hand it to. You can't tell me that he did not want to play that game, right?
Oh, Spain just missed a wide open.
I think it was offside anyway.
Oh.
But that would be so hard for him not to play that game. You heard his speeches of, being a young kid and dreaming of these moments. It's tough, but you know what? That was an incredible run by Canada to get to this place. They've definitely put themselves on the map for a home team to come out of their group and win a knockout round. That's great. And all these guys, I heard that most of the key guys are all under 24, 25, right? So you look in 4 years' time, that's when they should be really stepping into their prime years. So
it's a good core.
Yeah. But what happens when you have success like this in a sport, in a country? Lots of kids. Like I'm the dog walk today, walking around. Every kid is outside kicking a soccer ball.
And that's the thing, because even people that weren't soccer fans or casual fans, they're all in, right? Like, they're enjoying the games. If you watch Mexico England last night, what a fantastic!
Oh my gosh, that was unreal.
So I guess what we're saying is, Canada did better than I thought they would. They got to the round of 16. I knew Morocco was going to be a tough test. I didn't expect them to struggle as much as they did in the final third. Set pieces for Canada has always been an issue.
Yeah, it was terrible the whole tournament.
Yeah. They can't defend them and they can't execute them. Corner kicks.
They had 11 corners.
Yeah, and they didn't do anything with them, Joaquin. Still on Alphonso Davies, I agree with you. I really think if he could play, he would have. Like, come on. Like, you think he's sitting out there because he's scared? Some people are saying, it's because he wants to go back to Bayern Munich. And listen, sure, maybe, because Munich just signed a left back, one of the best young left backs in the world. So he's probably got that in his mind saying, I might lose my spot in the starting 11. But I don't think for a second, because I saw a lot of takes from some media people out east, pretty much throwing him under the bus, saying he didn't want to go in because of Bayern Munich or didn't want to go in because he was scared. Like, come on, people. You really think he didn't want to play?
That was probably the toughest decision he had to make, and he knew he might cost them, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got to admire him for that.
And it's, for a guy that his main weapon is his speed, a hamstring, a groin or hamstring, whatever it was, trust me, like, he knows his body.
And he's so explosive. Like, his first, I've seen some highlights of Bayern. Like, his first like 4 or 5 steps, he's gone, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, if it's like Connor McDavid. You lose his speed, that's such a huge weapon to his arsenal. There's other things he's got, but yeah, when you lose your main weapon, it's very difficult, especially in soccer too. Like you're stopping, starting.
No, and I get it with Alfonso, but at the same time, Joaquin, I just want to be clear on this, and this is my opinion. He is a fantastic soccer player. But one, he's not a goal scorer. Never has been.
Yep.
Okay? He's good down the flank with crosses. He uses his speed very well. But we got to be clear here. He could have went in, and it still could have been 3-0. Alphonso Davies is not Messi. He's not Ronaldo. Yeah. He's not Haaland. He's not Harry Kane. He's not the top end of the players that are clutch and going to score a goal. I get it. He can come off the bench and maybe make a pass or dribble a guy and all that. But if you watch Alphonso Davies, there's a reason he's a left back in Bayern Munich because that's where he excels. And from that position, you don't score a lot. Yeah, and you can make passes to set up and all that. So I'm giving Alfonso a break here. I feel a lot of people are going really hard at him, and I think it's really unfair.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, nice to be compared to Haaland and stuff. What a beast that guy is. Are you kidding me? Like, I love how he just, like, he's just a wrecking ball, too.
Yeah.
He's great.
He is fantastic. So, Canada, I applaud them. They did excellent. They showed the world that they belong here once again. They did much better than the last World Cup outing where they didn't win a game. They won a game. They competed. Again, I thought their first half, I thought Morocco was shell-shocked. I thought they didn't expect Canada to be that good. They closed the gaps well, but all Morocco needed was that one goal, and then you kind of saw them kind of start to take over with the possession and all that. But look at Canada's first half. They had all the shots on target. They had all the corners. Morocco had zero. So, yeah, for one half, it looked like Canada was going to be able to find a way, but ultimately they're out. And take it easy on Alfonso, man. These guys, I don't think for 1 second he did not want to play. This is a World Cup. He might not get another chance, Joaquin. Yeah. Canada might not qualify again. And that's realistic. So you actually think he just sat out to sit out because he's worried about Munich or he's scared or, he just didn't want to go in there? Come on, people. Let's give him a break. He's always represented Canada well. And at least he was honest and said it. I did not feel well. He goes, why would I waste a sub? Because he could have went in and got subbed out 10 minutes after. Yeah. No, Marsh screwed up. Yes, I agree with Matthew. He waited too long for subs. And he didn't use them all. Use them. You're trying to go for the tie at that point. Put everybody in that you think can help you score a goal. But Jonathan David, not good. I thought Buchanan, mediocre tournament. I thought probably that Morocco game was one of his best. Bombito, solid in the final game. LDF, there's good future there.
I mean, yeah, but doesn't that, the fact that they weren't at their best, isn't that kind of a good thing?
That's a good thing too, exactly.
Like, you go, like, you don't want that feeling, well, we overachieved, we did, like, now you leave, although it's an amazing accomplishment, but
define as forwards that can finish.
Yeah.
That are more creative. Marcelo Flores is not a forward, but he's an attacking mid. He's got the skill to create stuff by himself. That's what Canada needs. That's what they need. And they need to be better on set pieces, defending them and creating them. Because if you get 11 corners in a game, Joaquin, and you don't get a sniff on one of them, that's an issue.
Yeah. Any fast 17-year-old kids, put the hockey equipment away, start kicking a soccer ball.
It's cheaper. Your parents will appreciate it. Oh, that's too funny. Mexico, England was fantastic. Oh gosh, my Lord. Norway goes through, beating Brazil 2-1. Neymar chirping the goalie at the end. That guy needs to go away. He annoys me.
How old is Neymar?
He's in his 30s.
Yeah,
late 30s.
He looks older now.
Yeah. That's why he doesn't start, right? But good for Norway, man.
That was unreal.
That's a fun team. Of course, today we have Spain and Portugal right now in the 15th minute, 0-0. We'll keep you updated throughout the show on this. And later, Belgium, USA, and what complete BS by FIFA to let the American striker who was red carded last game play in today's game. If you didn't believe there was corruption and political ties into all of this, now we have our answer.
I almost watched that FIFA documentary. Yeah. It's on Netflix, right? Have you watched that?
No.
Oh, Eric said it's...
I might have to.
Yeah, because it's about all the corruption.
Yeah. It's brutal. And the excuses and all that. Because it's not fair, Joaquin, for Belgium.
No.
That's their best forward. He scores clutch goals. He's an excellent player. I understand why the U.S. wants him in. And then Trump's there saying, "Oh, I just made a call to it. I didn't know what a red card was."
He's admitting to it. He admits to everything. It doesn't.
And then FIFA comes out and says what they did was an independent investigation by FIFA, and it's all good. And Belgium's claims, sorry, this guy's gonna play. So I picked the USA to go to the Final Four. I have a bet with Maddie, but now I want him to lose. I do, because this is BS. So every red card then should be voided the rest of the way. If this is the way it's gonna work. Brutal. What FIFA did. Brutal. I hate it. And just when I wanted the US to go to the Final Four.
I'm mad because I can't get a soccer ball on it. How do we don't get a soccer ball on our show?
Where the hell is everybody? Tune into the show. Whether you're watching or listening, Afternoon Inbox presented by the River Crew Resort and Casino. Check out their Tap 25 restaurant. The entire menu is 50% off all week, 7 days from 2 to 5 p.m. So the U.S., I'll be honest, I think this rubbed a lot of soccer fans across this planet the wrong way, and everybody's going to be cheering for Belgium. And I think Belgium's overrated, but now I want them to win.
Yeah. I want Belgium to win. Mex is funny, hey?
He is.
Mex wrote earlier from my lumberjacking this weekend. He goes, I knew someone that had a horrible accent with a chainsaw because he had no idea how to use it. He was stumped. That's good. I love dad jokes.
All right, so are we all Belgium?
We're all Belgium.
We're all Belgium this evening. Let's go Belgium. Screw FIFA. And that president for getting his nose involved in it. It should be a red card. You miss a damn game. Plain and simple.
Isn't that the rules?
Yes.
They said it multiple times, though, during like the Mexico-England match, did they not? Like, oh, you'll be out. Like, I've heard it in every other match that I viewed. It will be whatever happens in FIFA rules. It's the next match. If you get a red card or 2 yellows in a game, right?
Yeah.
You get thrown out. You're not playing the next game. You're suspended, no matter what.
Look, I don't think it's a good rule. Like, it's weird to get, like, I think it could be reviewed. I mean, a red card and you're gone for the next game? Come on.
But it's always been that way.
I know, but that's what I mean. It's kind of silly.
It's tradition, right?
Yeah, but that's the way it is. So, and it's, hey, Emmett Smith at the game.
Emmett Smith.
So, the one thing it does do, it's kind of that, I always compare things to hockey, I'm sorry, but the puck over the glass when a D-man's getting pressured.
Yeah.
So if you're a defender, you have to watch yourself now. So you change the style you play, and maybe you're not as effective if you don't have a yellow card already, right? So
yeah, it's
anyway.
I've all my years watching the World Cup, Joaquin, I've never seen a red card rescinded like this.
Well, has it ever happened before?
I don't think it's happened.
Yeah,
if someone knows out there that knows more soccer than I do, let me know. But this is complete BS. And I thought Thierry Henry, the French icon,
Thierry
Henry said, he goes, but think about it this way. Do you think the USA, if they win, they're going to feel good about that? Right?
the actual soccer people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, man. Absolutely brutal. But now with this corruption, Joaquin, I have a feeling they're going to fight. The ref's going to do everything in his power to let USA win today. I wouldn't put it past them, buddy. Because Canada's out, one of the hosts. Mexico's out, one of the hosts. You think they want USA out?
The ref probably has a brand new Trump phone.
Oh, I'm calling it now, nasties. USA will get a PK today. They will get a BS PK because they want the US to go as far as they possibly can.
Crazy.
So, unreal, Joaquin.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you, my friend.
That is nuts, man. That is just crazy. I love the Norway game. Loved Holland. He's great. What is his, on the back of his jersey, it's like Berit Holland. Yeah. I don't know what that is because his name's Erling, right?
Erling, yeah.
But what is that?
Must be some Norwegian.
Norwegian, is that his name in Norwegian or something?
It could be, yeah.
They're fun. And even England winning and singing Wonderwall.
Yeah,
that's
that was
cool, man.
I've never liked England. because I find him like the Leafs of the World Cup.
Oh yeah.
But man, that Bellingham guy is so good.
The guy is that the guy who scored the first two? Who scored the first two?
Yeah, Bellingham.
Yeah, like that first header,
Yeah.
like diving all out. That was like my wife and I were like, wow. We couldn't. No, she wasn't there yet. I had to rewind it to show her. And then he scored again, and she was like, "Is that the same guy?"
You know why I like him? Because there was a Venezuelan reporter before the game yesterday, and he's disabled. And he was trying to get a player to interview, and all the English player walked by him, and Bellingham's the only one that went over to him.
You like this? Oh, I guess so. Nate saying Beirut is his mother's maiden name. Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
Beirut?
Nate the Builder.
Builder. Check out the big brain on Nate the Builder.
Rumor is they kicked Benny out of the house.
Oh, good.
No, I'm just kidding. They're renovating, I think, so Benny's got to find a place.
Does he?
Yeah, that's what he was saying, right?
Oh, that's why he was going to stay here.
Yeah. That's what he was saying on the hangout.
Hey, Benny, you need a place to stay? It's not at my place.
Not in my. Yeah. Oh, Betty.
That's all right. I'll give him a tent.
It's nice outside now. Yeah, you might as well, right?
It's supposed to be nice.
Throw him on that lawn just on the side here.
Oh, Benny. Welcome to the real world, Benjamin.
Wow.
No, I think some people are going to help out.
Oh, I'm sure he can find a place.
I think him and Trev said they're going to bring the Xbox here and just play all night. Like,
wow.
have a sleepover.
Oh, like a bunch of 14-year-old boys, hey?
Yeah.
I remember doing that.
Smell like Axe body spray and desperation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I never called it sleepovers. I just call it stay-ups because we'd never sleep.
Oh, yeah.
And they,
my son would stay up all night when, like, as little kids, and he'd come home and he would just be useless. Like, he'd be cranky and stuff. I remember one time we had hockey pictures the next morning, and he had a sleepover. And the funny thing is, like, I tried to get him out of the house. It took forever. And I'm just like, come on. And he finally gets in this picture and he just looks, I don't know what the photographer did, but he took a picture and they had the smoke background with he looks like a supermodel, like, cause his hair's all curly and blonde and stuff. Oh, it was actually one of the best pictures ever taken of him. But man, those sleepovers as kids, they are not fun for parents the next day.
So we'll see what happens. Coop is not going to be joining them.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to. I go to bed early now, boys.
The title sponsor for Edmonton Sports Talk is Play Alberta. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. And if you gamble, use your game sense. We'll talk some Elks on the other side of the break, some Oilers as well. So don't go anywhere. JC Abbott at 140 to go around the CFL as well. Slam that thumbs up for us. Hit us up on the Nasty Chat. River Korean Box 780-218-9999. Hydration break right now between Spain and Portugal. It is 0-0. We'll keep you posted on this. So we're back with more here on EST Afternoons. Here's Coop Sports Update Time.
The Oilers have signed restricted free agent Owen Michaels to a 2-year extension worth $900,000 per season. Down the QE2, 22-year-old Simon Nemeth has inked a 5-year deal with the Flames worth over $7 million annually. In other news, Rogers has signed a deal to buy the remaining 25% stake in Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment from Kilmer Sports. The deal needs final approval, but if made, Rogers would take 100% ownership of MLSC. On the pitch, two Titans are battling down in Dallas in the 25th minute. First hydration break of the game between Portugal and Spain. It's currently 0-0 from AT&T Stadium. And at 6 o'clock, it's the United States playing host to Belgium. The winner of those two matches face each other in the quarterfinals. Just before 8 o'clock, the Blue Jays and Giants hit the field to open their series. Right now, there's one game live, end of the third inning. Phillies and Royals in action. Kansas City up 8-1 in that one. This sports update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Enjoy an unforgettable dining experience on the turf at Commonwealth Stadium. The Feast on the Field, August 19th, helps raise funds for programs, equipment, and enhancements for those across Capital Care communities. Buy your tickets now at capitalcarefoundation.net. Some Elks discussion on the other side of the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Craig Button.
A new season starts tomorrow, July 1st. In 2024, this was a really good team, a really good contending team that had really good players on it, and they were at all the different positions. And it's been downgraded. Leon's word, this team, led by the management group, Jeff Jackson, Stan Bowman, have downgraded this team.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings, 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Kickoff is coming. Are you in? July 9th. Elks, Red Blacks at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. It's Salute to Service presented by YEG Plus. Come early for a pregame flyover and help us celebrate the heroes and first responders who make our communities great. Every catch, every tackle, every touchdown. The best way to experience it is being there when it happens. Edmonton Elks. Our city, our year. Get your tickets now at goelks.com/tickets.
Sentinel Storage presents.
Hi, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer. My only dream was to become a professional footballer. Looking back at that young kid, here I am, now representing my country.
From local fields to the world stage, Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
This summer, River Cree Resort and Casino welcomes reggae royalty for an evening with one of the world's most inspiring entertainers, Ziggy Marley. 9-time Grammy winner, Emmy winner, activist, storyteller, musician, legend. Ziggy Marley, The Bright Side Tour. July 5th at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get tickets now at rivercreeresort.com.
Somewhere, someone is sitting on a patio that is literally part of the parking lot. They're hot, uncomfortable, and bored. Do not be that person. The Canadian Brewhouse has a rooftop, real turf, misters, fire tables, patio games, big screens, and zero reason to be bored. This summer, your standards are higher than a parking lot, and you know it. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
We're back here on EST afternoons. A nice day. Supposed to be really. Our golf tournament's supposed to be nice too. Right now it's saying 26. I love it.
You gonna hit a couple golf balls there, Hernan?
No, I'll just be hanging out, driving around, saying hi to everybody.
Hopefully, Benny and Trev don't have their sleepover on Tuesday night.
I can't golf my back. It's too bad. My sciatic.
Really?
Yeah.
You're just like LeBron.
I am.
With the sciatica.
I appreciate that, Coop.
And Kendrick Lamar.
We're really looking forward to seeing all the nasties, our staff, of course. Then maybe having a nice glass of red with you, Joaquin, at dinner.
Red?
Yeah. Whoa. You don't like red wine?
Well, not on a hot day.
Well, you're inside. It's not hot.
I will probably have a beer.
Okay. That's fair.
If you want red wine, go hang out with Murray, okay? I'm sure Murray will be all red-lipped. Look like he's got lipstick on.
This is EST Afternoons and and a few darts if you want, Joaquin.
Oh, you're smoking?
They got the board there? Oh.
Can you smoke at a golf course?
No.
Not, well, they don't.
No,
what if I have a secret can
it's frowned
to put my butt?
It's frowned upon to smoke the devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce?
But it's still, people are doing it.
What about just a dart?
People smoke. Well, yeah, 'cause people smoke cigars all the time.
Yeah,
you can
true.
smoke on that golf course.
Yeah, it's dependent where. But hey, bugs will be out. Make sure you don't spray your bug spray near the grass because it'll kill the grass. Right? You got to be on the cart path.
Oh, look
One
at
thing
I would never.
He's been on Murray's show a lot.
Yeah. Well, he had a fantastic show yesterday, 8 to 10.
You know what, Coop? I'll drive
every
wherever
Sunday.
the hell I feel like driving.
Okay.
No.
Well, okay. If you guys love golf, though, it was an all-female edition of the VIP Golf Show.
Nice.
Oh, really? Great insight from
what a
some
save.
fantastic sports golfing minds here and around
Is there
the
a
Alberta
female
area.
event here? Is there a Canadian Open or something?
Well, Female Golf Day was
That's what I
in
saw.
May. And we had a bit of recap.
But there's a
that,
tournament.
but
There's a tournament coming. I saw the banners.
Yeah, I
right?
saw the banners
Because,
too.
shoot, what's her name? Our golfer. That's
Brooke
really
Henderson?
Yeah. Her picture's on there.
Oh, okay.
So
Doc Dad says, smoking on a golf course is mandatory, I thought. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to. You're not allowed on the course unless you smoke a cigarette.
Well, then join me for a cig. Well,
No.
you don't have to
That's a
smoke, but
CPKC
you can
women's-
talk to me while I inhale
Oh, that's like,
that delicious tobacco.
well,
I don't know how you do it, man. I try. I've tried. I feel the chemicals going into my body.
well, you could pretend, you could get one of those Popeyes cartons and pretend like you're smoking a cigarette. You ever do that when you're,
Yeah, when I was 6.
Little one?
Yeah.
well, just pretend. Come on, you feel like you're part of it if you don't want to do
Well,
it.
Hernan's going to be having darts, so
Yeah.
anyone
It's
want to
a-
join him?
See, maybe. It's a CPKC Women's Open, August 19th to 23rd in Edmonton.
Where is it? Do you know which course does it say?
Royal Mayfair Golf and Country Club.
Nice one.
5 days. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Casino Dealer J says, dinner? How long does the golf tourney go until? Well, yeah, there's dinner, Casino Dealer J. Or a late lunch, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Well, 8 a.m. shotgun. We'll have the Nielsen show running until 7:50-ish.
And then
On
we should
Wednesday?
be done by 1, and then everybody goes into the...
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1. Yeah,
Well,
1 or 2.
And then you
It'll be
go in for dinner and then have a few drinks and go home?
Yeah. Well, multitude of sponsors.
Yeah.
Also on the course, too. Some festivities. It was a great time last year and the year before.
Yeah, Maddie was discussing some of the holes and who's going to be there. That's encouraging.
It's pretty dope. All right. Joaquin, the Oilers signed Shakir Makamadulan to a 2-year contract with an AAV of 1.75, as well as Spencer Stastny to a 1-year contract extension with an AAV of 1.525. And then today, the Oilers signed forward Owen Michaels to a 2-year contract with an AAV of 900,000. Currently, right now, with these 3 deals, Joaquin, the Oilers still have 5.9 in cap space, which is really nice to see. I like the deals for the 2 defensemen. The Stancy doesn't work out. You just move on from him after a year. Shakir is very low. I don't mind it. There's no trade protection either. I don't think could there be. I think there could be. Anyways, the only problem I have with all this news, Joaquin, is everybody wants to get rid of Ty Emberson now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't get it. Why?
Why?
Yeah, like you haven't even seen Makamadulan play yet, and you want to get rid of Ty Emberson? Really?
You don't want to get rid of Ty Emberson, I don't think. That would be a mistake. He's a very steady kind of defenseman. And quite frankly, he there's a physicalness to his play that I love. And he's the only guy that has the skill right now to do an open ice hit. I think he's great. He's a perfect 5'6" guy. Really.
He's the tallest defenseman on the Oilers. Core, no? 6'4"?
Well, Ekholm's 6'5", isn't he?
I don't know. They're all tall. Everyone looks short, right? Like even the guys who are like 6'1", you're like,
The thing that concerns me is that Makamadulan, it makes more than Emberson, so maybe they're going to feel they have to play him more. But Emberson kills penalties, like you said. He puts people on his butts. You rarely recognize him for a mistake. So why all of a sudden does everyone want to get rid? Not everybody. Sorry, I shouldn't say everybody. Why do a large portion of the fans not want to get rid of Ty Emberson?
Look, I know that at the end of the year, Bowman didn't seem too pleased about some of the ways that Nobla was implementing personnel. So, but in those meetings with Babcock, you got to think that Babcock would have said to him, look, you give me the team, but I play them how I feel that they should be played. Just because a guy makes $6 million more than one guy, but we'll see if it actually happens. But you would probably think that Babcock's not going to put up with that stuff. I don't care if this guy makes $7 million.
Yeah.
This guy's better. He's playing.
But that's how any coach should be.
Yeah.
Because today we were talking to the Chill Lounge. We're all like, Frederick's going to be in the top 6. He is, because that's what Bowman wants. But again, you make a good point in saying
there's no way that during those discussions that Babcock said, we'll see what we do, right? No. Yeah. That's what you got him there for in the first place. Accountability. That's the main catchphrase or catchword, or I don't know what I'm looking for. Buzzword.
I just say keep your powder dry, see how this plays out. Now, if Shakir's better, sure, play him, but we don't know that yet. So stop trying to trade a good third-pairing young defenseman that you have control of, Joaquin. Seriously. Like, Ty Emberson's a good defenseman. He's a third-pairing guy, yes, but he's good. We don't know if Makamadoulin's going to work here. We don't.
So I'm Emberson, first year 2 years ago, and just improvement.
Yes.
The whole season. Last year, I thought, out of all the defenders, when were you complaining about Emberson? Maybe there was a couple times when he was with Stastny and they got running around a little bit and got scored on. And then, of course, we overanalyze it and stuff. But that's the only time that kind of happened throughout the whole year. Other than that, he is he's what you want from your 5'6" guy. Yeah. Nothing major, like no crazy 80-foot passes. When he doesn't have anything, he's responsible with the puck. He's hard to play against. No, man. You keep him. Yeah. Especially at that price point.
Exactly. So 5.9 for the Oilers. They don't have to spend it this offseason. You can almost go in with what you have right now. And then let that keep getting higher and higher as you get closer to the trade deadline. And have some money if you do need a forward down the road, right? If there's an injury or if your top six is not working, something like that. So the Oilers signed 3 other guys, very fair deals. But please, Oilers fans, stop trying to trade Ty Emberson. Why? That's why we can't have nice things, Joaquin. We're just ahead of JC Abbott from 3downnation.com. The Edmonton Elks lost their first game over the weekend, Joaquin. A good game. It was back and forth. The Elks offense, I mean, it's interesting because Rankin had 7 carries, but he also had over 100 yards receiving. Mm-hmm. But I think they're too predictable when it comes to the run game. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, a lot of times you can tell when they're going to run a game or run the ball, but the Elks, you can call it every time.
Are they predictable, or do they need to? Are people looking at tape and kind of zeroing in on things? Like, if it did have some familiar looks where, okay, well, it's going to Rankin, and he was creating magic, right? But isn't that on the OC to kind of develop some different looks to 100%. Disguise it a little bit more?
Too conservative with the run game. Only 19 yards rushing. Give credit to the lines, but he had 10 receptions for 100 yards. Mac 141 and a touchdown. He did the Ronaldo celebration. That was great to see. Fajardo 51 attempts. You probably don't want them that high. Why go away from the run game? 51 attempts for Cody is too much. 3 picks, 3 touchdowns, Joaquin. Rourke had 2 picks and 1 touchdown. He threw for over 300 as well. But Butler was fantastic in that game. Only 15 carries for 135 and 2 touchdowns. The Jabomi, the young middle linebacker, there was some good and there was some bad. The Blanco keeps getting better and better. This guy's an absolute stud. But hey, we knew they weren't going to go undefeated. If they score that touchdown there with just 2 minutes before the interception, that it looked like he lost them with the goalpost because the defender was right there. I watched it so many times. Maybe they can make a game out of that one. But now they get ready on a short week to take on the Ottawa Red Blacks, and you better be ready for that because Ottawa was close last week, and they're gonna break it too, Joaquin. They're gonna win a game here. Let's just hope it's not Thursday. But we're gonna talk a lot of things. CFL, some bad injuries yesterday, some poor quarterback play from some Canadian quarterbacks. We'll get to it all with JC Abbott here. Like always, portions of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. Why wait for a good time? Started early at the CBH. Happy hour runs Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. with deals starting at $3.99. Your couch can't compete. The Canadian and Brew House. And like always, the afternoon inbox presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out Collective Soul on July 28th at the venue at the River Cree. Tickets just $79.99. The show starts at 8 o'clock. We head to the Canadian Football League on the other side of the breaks. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas here on EST Afternoons. JC Abbott, 3downnation.com is coming up next. Here's Coop.
The Oilers have signed restricted free agent Owen Michaels to a 2-year extension worth $900,000 per season. And down the QE2, 22-year-old Simon Nemitz has inked a 5-year deal with the Flames worth over $7 million annually. In other news, Rogers has signed a deal to buy the remaining 25% stake in Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment from Kilmer Sports. The deal needs final approval, but if made, Rogers would take 100% ownership of MLSE. On the pitch, two Titans battling in Dallas. In the 40th minute of play, Portugal, Spain are tied 0-0. Later on, it's United States playing host to Belgium. The winner of those two matches face each other in the quarterfinals. And just before 8 o'clock, the Blue Jays Giants hit the field to open their series. Kevin Gausman up for Toronto, Landon Roop countering for San Francisco. And right now, 1 game's live. Currently in the majors, bottom 4th inning, Royals up 9-1 on the Phillies. We talk some CFL next here on EST Afternoon. Stay tuned for that. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The EST Hangout.
To see the other nationalities, for example, like the Brazilian fans, unreal. The bar, the way they set it up, the way they dance, and their culture, they're outside, they're kicking the soccer ball with their kids, like just all those different cultures. It was unbelievable. And you mentioned England, those guys can party.
Oh yeah,
they like to play.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense. At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. Hi, it's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Back here on EST Afternoons, Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas here with you in the 43rd minute. No score still between Spain and Portugal. Spain just hit the crossbar, so keep an eye on that. We got Noticias coming up at 2 o'clock. The chat's having a nice conversation about DeMar DeRozan that we'll get into as well. But lots going around. Lots going around the sports world. We got F1 too, Joaquin. I'll leave it to you because I did not watch the race, but I know who won. And okay. The 1 week I talk smack about Charles Leclerc.
Of course.
Never fails, man. All our guests are brought to you by Old Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's a game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. And with that, we bring in friend of the show from 3downnation.com, JC Abbott. JC, how you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, well, let's start with the team here in town. The Edmonton Elks suffered their first loss on Saturday in Kelowna. Great crowd, looked amazing there. looked like a wonderful day. And on the flip side, the Lions pick up their first win of the season. We were just talking about it. Rankin couldn't run the ball, but he still had 10 receptions for over 100 yards. A good back and forth game. But overall, what did you see from the Elks in that game, JC Abbott, that cost them?
Well, I thought the Lions did an excellent job containing Justin Rankin. Obviously, he has the 100 yards receiving that keeps him on pace for that ambitious goal of the 1,000-yard season in both rushing and receiving. So maybe there's a silver lining there. But ultimately, they shut him down on the ground, and that was a focus throughout the week. They executed incredibly well. I know you guys were batting it back and forth a little bit before the break as to whether the Elks were a bit predictable. I think there's maybe a grain of that, but mostly it was good execution by the Lions. I thought the defensive line held their gaps extremely well, and the linebackers had an excellent performance. Darnell Sankey coming downhill. Parker McKenna in his first CFL start, I thought played exceptionally well as well. So it was a strong bounce back performance from the BC defense in that phase. As for the Elks, I think the biggest thing is the turnovers, right? They're Lions who hadn't had a single takeaway to that point in the season, and they cough up 4 of them. Arguably, they could have had 6 or more in that game if a few penalties or bounces go the other way. That's not how the Elks are built, right? The Elks are built to win with good defense, strong running game with a few explosive plays there, and then a quarterback who protects the football in Kogi Fajardo. And unfortunately, in Kelowna, they just didn't play that way, and that's why they lose.
JC, is this just a blip in the radar for the Elks? They can get things back on track, or is there something more fundamental in their game that you see that needs correction to keep this kind of winning season going?
I think it's more of a blip on the radar than something you're worried about. Now, I don't think they are necessarily as good as that 3-0 start would suggest, but they are a contending football team. I think they will be a playoff football team when it's all said and done. And they have the capacity to win in the way I just described. I think their defense is full value. Justin Rankin is not going to be content like that on the ground every week. He can make magic happen, as we know. And Kogi Fajardo is not going to have 3 interception performances consistently. He's never done that in his career. And, you go back to 2023 and when he won the Grey Cup with the Montreal Alouettes, that was the same formula they had for success in that season and how they were able to accomplish that feat. So I think Edmonton's in good standing. Are they going to put up 15 wins and dominate the entire league? Probably not. But this is a team that is better than this last week showed.
JC Abbott from 3downnation.com joining us here on EST Afternoons. Yesterday's game, we wanted to see both old dogs at the quarterback position go all the way there. It started off really well. Both guys leave the game. Colaro's upper body injury. Unfortunately for Bo, did not look good. He was taken in the ambulance. Just how much of a hit is it for these 2 organizations to lose their top 2 guys?
I think it's devastating. Now, Winnipeg's in a little bit of a better spot. I don't think the injury to Zach Collaros, despite the fact that we haven't gotten much of an update, is serious. He's dealt with some neck and head issues in the past that have held him out for a couple games here and there. And even though, Taylor Elgersma was the guy who goes in and, performed all right in that matchup, not particularly well, Drew Brown is under contract, right? They just traded for this guy. He was not dressed for that game, and he's a competent starting quarterback. So the Blue Bombers will be okay. The Hamilton Tiger Cats, if the injury to Bo is as serious as it appeared to be, they are potentially in jeopardy of this spiraling out of control, because you guys are well familiar with Trey Ford's game from his time at Edmonton. Obviously, there are high highs and very low lows. He did not look good in relief. And it's clear he does not have the full trust of Scott Milanovich yet, because they kept putting in Jake Delagala, who's a quarterback that certainly I would not trust in that situation either. And he didn't look good. So if you don't have a guy who can win you games under center, you cannot compete in the CFL. It's just that simple. And they went from having a player in Bo Levi Mitchell, who arguably was, in that MOP race with Justin Rankin, had some incredible performances, has played as well as anybody over the last 3 years, to two guys that you can't trust to be consistent from snap to snap. That's a huge drop off, and it's going to affect the Tabbies if Bo is out for as long as it looks like.
You said it there, JC. We saw Trey Ford and just always wanting a little bit more from him. But if he does get the reins here in Hamilton, do you think he can actually finally become a starting? Well, maybe starting's not the right word, but a reliable, let's say, quarterback in the CFL.
I tie myself in knots trying to work out Trey Ford, right? I think a lot of people do, because you see the high end potential. It's there. It's been unquestionably there since his days at Waterloo, right? He can do things that nobody else can. And there's going to be moments, if this ends up being his football team for the rest of the year, that he shows that. But he can't do it consistently enough. And I don't know whether that is purely his fault. I know there have been, questions floated out there about, his dedication to the sport and whether he's taking it seriously enough as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Or if it's a product of coaches who want to try and get him to play in a box that he doesn't fit, right? If you've got a wild stallion, let him be a wild stallion. And I don't know that he's ever had a coach that has fully allowed him to do that. Certainly Scott Milanovich wouldn't seem to be that guy. He's very regimented with his quarterbacks. Jordan Maksimic, his last year in Edmonton, certainly wasn't that guy either. Does Trey Ford look better if you just let Trey be Trey? Or does he look worse? I don't know, because we've never really seen it happen. But certainly at this stage in the career, you don't have a lot of confidence because he hasn't really shown the growth that you were hoping to see.
JZ, yesterday was the first time, I think, since CFL threw it out, 1969, that two U Sports quarterback both attempted a pass in a CFL game. And we're all Canadian. We all want to see U Sports quarterbacks and just players in general have success in the pro game in the Canadian Football League. But we're looking at Trey Ford, and a brutal pick yesterday in the game. Just didn't look right in that. Dologala didn't fare any better. And then you look at Elgersma, sure, 86 yards passing, one touchdown. But when you look at these U Sports guys, and like I said, we all want them to have success. But I know there was a media member here in Canada that said, I just don't see it happening for Ford or Elgersma. Where do you stand on these U Sports quarterbacks? And can they legitimately be one day a starter in this league?
I think Taylor Elgersma is in a different category than Trey Ford right now. I mean, he's younger. He's a rookie in this league, right? One training camp with the Green Bay Packers, in his first season with the Bombers. I'm a big believer in his potential because I got a chance to see him live. And I've been as skeptical of U Sports quarterbacks as anybody, despite the fact that I'm a big defender of Canadian talent. And I was skeptical of Taylor Elgersma until I went down to College Gridiron Showcase a couple of years ago and saw him live. And the guy's arm talent is unlike anything I've ever seen. Like, he has a legitimate cannon. Now, that has to be tailored into being something that can be consistent. He needs to not put the football at risk. He's got to be adapted to the Bombers' offense. I'm confident that will happen with time, as long as he's afforded those opportunities by the organization and by Tommy Condell, the offensive coordinator. Is he ready right now? Absolutely not. Right. And I don't think there's a single rookie quarterback in the CFL that is. That's just not how this league works. Right. You've got to cut your teeth and earn your stripes, whether you're an American or a Canadian. But I still have confidence that Taylor will get there eventually. Ford is the cautionary tale, but again, Ford is what he was in college as well. It's not like he was a super efficient passer who has been downgraded in that capacity. He was a guy who could make superhuman plays and probably got overdrafted as a result because of Chris Jones, and then has never been able to marry that with efficiency. So he's almost a unicorn in his own right. I don't see him as a reflection of U Sports quarterbacks, but we're going to see better quarterbacks coming out of Canadian University football over the next few years because the talent level is increased and the coaching has improved.
Just quickly, who do you see Milanovic starting in the next game? Because you can tell he wasn't too happy with Florida. They kept flip-flopping back in last night's game. And, Trey was brought in there to be the number 2. But, we've talked about it. He started a lot of games in this league and just can't seem to figure it out. Who would you start?
I would start Trey Ford because as much as I've criticized the inconsistency, the high end, right, can perform miracles. Mm-hmm. If there's somebody that you want to have a flash in a pan, he has the most explosive potential of anybody. And I just don't think Jake Delgado has that. I would not be shocked if Milanovic goes in the other direction. And I don't have anything internal to indicate that. I've not spoken to Scott, or I don't have any sources in that organization telling me that. But just based on his decisions to pull Trey when he did, and the fact that he tends to be very regimented with what he wants from his quarterbacks. I mean, he tried to bench Bo Levi Mitchell just a couple of years ago because he was throwing too many interceptions. Yeah. So that tells you how particular he is. Maybe he trusts a guy with a bit more of a level head like Jake, a little bit more. But I would certainly go with Trey just because you're going to pull off a couple of victories with him that you can't do with other guys.
And one last one, Joe.
JC, just watching the games in Kelowna. I mean, Kelowna's a nice place. It did look really good. Has this done anything for the CFL to think, and seeing all the fans that are there, there's obviously something that could possibly be done. Do you see expansion going to Kelowna at some point?
I think the idea that expansion will work in Kelowna is a bit of a fantasy just based on the size of the city. Mm-hmm. Like, you're talking about a place that's half the population of Regina. Like, it's significantly smaller than anywhere else that you even think about expansion. And, obviously there was a lot of support in the city. There was support from nearby communities, but there's also a lot of traveling fans in for those 2 games. And you're not going to get that consistently with a franchise there. So I think it's just a little too small for that to be realistic. What it has proven is that these sort of showcase games can go just about anywhere. And if you're willing to spend the money and you're going to be like the BC Lions and execute it as well as they did, because they've become seasoned hands at this, whether it's the preseason games in Victoria, Touchdown Pacific, Touchdown Kelowna, they do an exceptional job in the organization of pulling these things off. And Amar Doman spares no expense when it comes to it. If you're willing to make that commitment, you can take the CFL anywhere, and it's going to be received extremely well. So that's a positive. I just don't think it should be interpreted as an indication that communities like that can hold a CFL team permanently. You got to look at the bigger markets like Quebec City, like the Maritimes for those types of things.
And one last one, Red Blacks 0-4, a new coach there, a new guy leading the charge. What do you see with the Ottawa Red Blacks? I mean, they all are going to win a game here, and it could be this Thursday here in Edmonton. We're hoping not, but I mean, Ottawa just can't seem to figure it out right now, JC.
They really can't, and they're not good enough as a football team right now. I think their offense is very limited. Jake Mayer is the 9th best quarterback in the CFL right now among the guys who are franchise starters, and I don't think it's particularly close between him and number 8. Even though he's been improved the last 2 weeks, he just doesn't give you the same juice. Yeah. And I don't think he's utilizing those offensive weapons well enough. And then you talk about the new head coach, like Ryan Dinwiddie expressed some real frustrations with the team after that game, called them out, said they lacked football intelligence. I'm not sure how that's going to be perceived in the locker room because he's a new guy coming in. And some of those comments, guys, like he's talking about missed calls, and he doesn't know that an elbow touching the ground counts the same as a knee. Like, that's basic football 101. Like, if you're a player getting called out and somebody's making mistakes like that, are you going to take it in stride and use it as motivation? Or are you going to use it to dismiss a guy that you don't know very well at this point? I don't know how that will go over within their locker room, but I certainly think it's concerning in Ottawa at this stage. And that's a franchise that's in real trouble because the fans are not turning out right now and they're not getting better on the field. I don't know how you salvage it really if you don't have a legitimate franchise quarterback and you're playing boring football.
No, I agree. And I lied. One more. We talked about it last week because the game was on Thursday, but VA had an outstanding game. But JC, it's summer VA, man, and you've followed this league for a long time. There's always a dip, and it usually comes around the fall. But what have you made of VA so far?
I thought he was exceptional in that game. That's as good a quarterback performance as I think I've ever seen in the CFL. He was unstoppable. He was on another plane of existence. Like he just seemed, it seemed too easy for him on that day. I think even he felt it. You saw him after that last touchdown, just sort of looking at the sky, like, this is outside my power and control right now. He had the hot hand, and it's great to see VA playing that way. I've been a big fan of him dating back to his last couple of years in BC, just because of what he accomplished there. I think he gets a bit of an overblown bad rap because of some of those dips that you mentioned in the fall. Obviously, he has to prove it in the playoffs. That's true of any quarterback, but he's not necessarily the good VA, bad VA that we saw early in his career.
No.
Right? Even when he's bad VA now, it's more respectable VA, right? and the good is sensational, as we've seen. So the Calgary Stampeders are in good hands, and I was happy to see him have a performance like that.
Yeah, he's a very likable guy, easy to cheer for. So we'll see if he can continue this because he was outstanding. JC, you're the best. Enjoy this week's game. Starts here in Edmonton with Edmonton hosting the Ottawa Red Blacks, and enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy the games, and I'm sure we'll have you on again.
Thanks, guys. Pleasure as always.
All right, JC Abbott, 3downnation.com. They're talking all things CFL. We're a little bit late for the break, Joaquin. That's my fault because I asked too many damn questions.
I just thought of this. Did you get any of the new golf merch from EST?
I did not.
Oh.
Because I'm not a golfer, right?
Yeah, but you wear golf shirts.
Yeah. More of a... No, I didn't. Why?
No, I thought we could match.
You and Coop can match.
I don't think
I don't want to match with Coop.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing black socks with sandals.
They're Crocs, Gager, okay? And they have gibbets.
Those are sandals.
Steph Curry is on here, and so is Spider-Man.
I think you should... Oh, my gosh.
Well, I'm the
coolest dude at EST.
We got to wear those pullovers for the tournament.
We have to?
Well, we don't have to.
Well, if it's hot, I'm not wearing them. Yeah. Jeez, Hernan.
Yeah, tarps off, maybe.
Smoke a dart. You don't want to put a hole in that.
Show everybody what they can't have.
Sleeveless. Maybe the sleeveless.
Oh, yeah. You got your muscleless shirts on.
Did I do that? What do you think?
Yeah. Show the guns up.
No, have a cigarette in my ear.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you sing the soundtrack to Grease while you're at it? Tell me more. Tell me more.
All right, we got to get out to hour two. Patrick Present from the Hockey News in Anaheim will join us to talk about Leo Carlson and all the things going on with the Ducks. We have Noticias coming up next. The Screw It, Let's Do It parlay. And at the half, no score between Spain and Portugal. Vancouver, the plaza there. What's it called?
I don't know.
Pool something?
It's nice, though.
James Pool, John Pool.
Jack
I don't
Pool,
remember.
I think.
Jack
it
Pool.
looks great. They just showed an image of it on the TV. It's packed, buddy. I wish I was there. Yeah. It's packed.
JPP, Jack Pool Plaza.
There we go. We're back after a quick break with hour two of EST Afternoons.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
Oilers GM Stan Bowman joining us. Cap space. Can you share your approach there?
We're in a much different spot than we've been the 2 years I've been here. We were right up against it. I think we're going to have a lot more options. It puts us in a good spot. You don't have to go spend it all now during the year or at the deadline. Sometimes players become available. I like the position that we're in right now.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Kickoff is coming. Are you in? July 9th. Elks, Red Blacks at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. It's Salute to Service presented by YEG Plus. Come early for a pregame flyover and help us celebrate the heroes and first responders who make our communities great. Every catch, every tackle, every touchdown. The best way to experience it is being there when it happens. Edmonton Elks. Our city, our year. Get your tickets now at goelks.com/tickets.
This summer, River Cree Resort and Casino welcomes reggae royalty for an evening with one of the world's most inspiring entertainers, Ziggy Marley. 9-time Grammy winner, Emmy winner, activist, storyteller, musician, legend. Ziggy Marley, The Bright Side Tour. To be true to July 5th at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get tickets now at rivercreeresort.com.
Looking for a delicious meal without the hassle? Head to Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the game day meal. From handcrafted fresh pasta with rich homemade sauces to ready-to-heat family meals, Pasta Pantry brings authentic Italian flavor straight to your table. For over 30 years, Pasta Pantry has served hot, delicious comfort food made right in our kitchen. We do it fast so you can slow down. Visit Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park today and taste the difference fresh makes. Pasta Pantry, real food, real fast, real good.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. Had a good day? It's time for happy hour. Bad day? Oof, happy hour. Boss said great job? Happy hour. Boss said let's circle back? Ugh, definitely happy hour. Got a promotion? Happy hour. Spilled coffee on your shirt 5 minutes after getting dressed? Ugh, happy hour. So whether you're celebrating or recovering, our happy hour starts at just $3.99. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
The Oilers have signed restricted free agent Owen Michaels to a 2-year extension worth $900,000 annually. In other news, Rogers, they've signed a deal to buy the remaining 25% stake in Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment from Kilmer Sports. The deal needs final approval before it's made. But if it is approved, Rogers would take a 100% ownership of MLSE. World Cup round of 16 action, 0-0 between Portugal and Spain. Entering the second half of play, the winner moves on to face one of Belgium or the United States in the quarterfinals. Those two hit the pitch at 6 o'clock. In NBA news, the Kings are waiving DeMar DeRozan, according to ESPN Shams Charania. The 36-year-old averaged over 18 points in 77 games last season as he heads into free agency. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays Giants open a 3-game series. Kevin Gausman up for Toronto, Landon Roop there for San Francisco. And right now, in the majors, just one contest underway. Bottom 5th inning, the Royals up by 9 on the Phillies. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your Sports Update. Hour 2 EST afternoon starts right now.
It's hour 2 here on EST Afternoons on Edmonton Sports Talk, coming to you live from the William Huff Studios. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, Zach Kubish with you. Second half just underway in Portugal, España. No score in that one. We'll keep you updated up until 3. Then it's the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. They'll take you right up until 6 o'clock. Like always, hit us up on the Nasty Chat, River Korean Box 780-218-9999, and slam that thumbs up for us. Let's get to 100 today. For a good tourney for the Canadian boys soccer team, for the newest members of the Edmonton Oilers, and for the Elks to get back in the win column on Thursday. There's 3 good reasons right there. And it's a beautiful day outside, Joaquin.
It's very nice.
The sun is shining. And we got our golf tournament on Wednesday, which is going to be great. Hope to see you all there. It's going to be good times, fun times. Looks like the weather's going to hold up, and it's going to be a very, very nice day. So knock on wood, it's all going to work out perfectly. And then Nasty Bash at the end of the month, Joaquin, as we get closer and closer to the World Cup final.
Wait,
when's the final?
19th.
Oh.
Yeah, 19th on a Sunday. But when's the Nasty Bash?
The 25th.
The 25th. That's a Saturday, one of EST's majors, of course. And if you are listening, watching, and want to be a part of the fun at the St. Albert Rugby Club that night, July 25th, you can email rsvp@edmontonsportstalk.com.
Perfecto. Let's get to Noticias for the Edmonton Elks. The Elks Salute to Service game. The Edmonton Elks Salute to Service game presented by YAG Plus is July 9th. at 7 p.m. Lock in your seats during the kickoff to summer sale. Select seats are now $20 for adults and $10 for kids. Get there early and experience the Brick Kids Zone in the pregame flyover. Nothing like a good flyover. All right. Joaquin, are you okay?
I just had to sneeze, man.
Okay.
Gesundheit.
I've been, after all my lumberjack work, I was just covered in stuff, right? Man, mosquitoes were bad too.
That would have been a good time to have a dart.
Ugh.
Yeah, get the mosquitoes away with the dart.
No. Mosquito coil. Though my wife was going out and I go, hey, can you grab some mosquito coils and stuff? Because I like the smell of them, actually. And the city's out of off mosquito coil, everything.
Everything's out, man.
Yeah.
There's a shortage. Coop had it, and the Nasties were talking. DeRozan, a free agent after being waived by the Sacramento Kings. Raptors don't need to go there, do they? They already got Kawhi. They don't need to. No. Right? I don't know. I always liked DeRozan.
Me too. Run it back.
Run it back, baby. He missed out last time.
Yeah. Weren't there talk about giving him a ring? Something like that?
Or no, it was the big center.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name now. Raptors also hosting a news conference with special guest on Tuesday morning. Sounds like it's going to be Kyle Lowry.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Retirement? We'll see. Flames signed Simon Nemec to a 5-year, $36.25 million contract, Joaquin.
7.25.
Yeah, he's a young guy. It's like, it's just over 7. That in 3-4 years is going to be a value deal. Absolutely value. A lot of arbitration cases, but the big names, Trevor Zegras, Jason Robertson, Jamie Drysdale.
Ooh, Zegras is going to arbitration.
Yeah.
Not Xavier Bourgault?
No.
That's not a big game.
They can still sign.
Yeah.
Before their set date, right?
Yeah, that's, I remember because... I don't know if have I talked about Brian Marchment when he went to arbitration? He talked about it.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there as a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed young kid listening to these stories, right? But they were just fascinating because Brian went in. Like most players won't go in because your team just rips you apart and says how bad you are.
Yeah.
And then it's this whole arbitration case. So... But Mush wanted to hear what Slats had to say about it.
That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Defenseman Pavel Minchikov has agreed to a 5-year contract extension worth $36 million with the Ducks. We talked about it briefly. Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors are expected to start contract extensions talks this weekend in Toronto. He's also hired Harrison Gaines of Flash Sports as his new agent to oversee negotiations. He's 35. How long is the extension we're talking about?
Why doesn't he just do it himself?
Get Sam Bowman to do the deal.
Like, this guy doesn't need any more money.
Yeah.
Okay, Joaquin. I didn't watch because it was too early. But the British Grand Prix, I don't even know who won the sprint, but I know the Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc was P1, George Russell P2, Lewis Hamilton P3, 3 DNFs in it. Bad day for Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah.
The McLaren boys, just okay. But what did you take away from that race?
What did I take away? Well, that Charles, it was a good thing that he performed so well in qualifying to get on pole.
Yeah.
I think you can take a lot from the fact that Ferrari car is quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Because in clean air, when he got out there, he was gone and was able to... Once the other guys were fighting and jostling for position, he was able to put a little bit of distance. Now, I thought it might come down to a little bit of strategy and things and how long guys could keep the life of the hard tire on once they came in on their first pit stop. And then you just had this huge... I mean, there were some good battles in the midfield and stuff. Like the Racing Bulls are really good right now.
Yeah, they are.
Really good. But I just... For a league or whatever it is, to have an opportunity to give something to their fans. Like, I think there was over 500,000 people that went to Silverstone over the week, right?
Really?
It was like 565,000 people that go to this thing. And to end, and I know it's in the rules to end on a safety car, on a red flag. I get it. But there was an opportunity to have at least one lap of excitement. Just pull them all in.
Yeah.
And have them form up again and race one more time, right? So, and just it was kind of anticlimactic for Charles Leclerc to get the win under.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're used to it. They've been racing their whole lives. They understand that. But there were people booing.
Dusty was pissed.
Yeah, I was livid, man. I was like, come on. I wanted to see. I thought Charles would win regardless, but I wanted to see George and Lewis go at it. And because it had worked out, like everyone, Dusty asked this morning, did Lewis make a mistake coming in and switching his tires? I don't think so. Because it looked like they were probably going to get 2 laps, right? And Lewis was on old hards and George had already pit and his mediums were like, 14 laps old. So by Lewis coming in, putting on the softs, kind of like reminiscent of Abu Dhabi way back when, right? So I think he would have ate him up with those new tires, at least on one lap. So yeah, it kind of sucked. Of course, for Antonelli, the wing plate came off and messed with his race. But it's weird that Mercedes, both drivers have entered some reliability issues here. They got to get those ironed out. But George, the gap becomes closer. Lewis still gets some points. Charles gets his first. I think this is a battle between Ferrari and Mercedes. It all depends on who can develop this car a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it's going to be great to see. I got to tune into the next one because unfortunately I couldn't.
Spa's fun to watch too.
Yeah, I couldn't. And it's 2 weeks now before the next race. In fantasy, Joaquin, I was P6.
Wow.
For this race. I had 302 points.
Did you do anything?
No. I had Charles on my team.
Come on.
Yeah.
You did?
And I had Kimmy. I don't know how I got so many points with that. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, I had Charles and Kimi Antonelli and then Racing Bulls and Alpine. I don't know how I got so many points. Oh, Charles. Yeah. And I double boosted him.
Okay.
And then my second team was I had Mercedes and Ferrari and Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
So not too bad. The winner for this race was the Neff. He finished first. He had he used his wild card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why he won. But Gager, I'm right behind you, man. I'm creeping up, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have to fire my team principal here.
Well, you're 14th, I'm 15th, so it's not like we're competing for anything. But I'm 8 points behind you now.
Just bragging rights at this point.
Okay, so CFL Fantasy. I checked last night. I was so pissed. I was like, we're going to get over 100 points, and we're going to lose. I just looked. We won.
Did we?
Yeah.
All right.
We beat Kerwin's Balls or Bells. I can't remember which one it is.
We'll go with Bells.
We won thanks to Kenny Lawler having 17 points and Leggio getting 7. So we're 2-3. I'm very happy. I thought we lost again. And then my other fantasy league, I lost. I was 1-4, which is a little unfortunate. But we won, Gager. We're back in it, buddy.
I love it.
We're back in it. And you want to hear something crazy? I'm just seeing how much I lost. Oh, yeah, I got my butt kicked in that one. Okay. So we were one of only 2 teams to get over 100 points.
Really?
We had 131 and Kerwin's Balls had 126. Everybody else was under 91 points.
Maybe the dream to become an OC at some point is still in reach, buddy.
Like, look at this. Freaking amazing. Overall in our F1 fantasy, though, Mike Cannon leads. Both 1-2. How is he so far ahead? Like, there's no way of catching him unless he's used all his wild cards. There is no way he's doing that well.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to investigate him. Old Gill's third.
I can just boot him.
Rich is my backup is 4th and the Neff is 5th. Which kind of pisses me off because we always invite him and he just does well in it. So Oh, and quickly some huge IndyCar news. Errol McLaren has acquired for next season the vet, one of the greatest to ever do it, Scott Dixon and Felix Rosenqvist, who just won the Indy 500.
Oh, really?
They'll join Pato O'Ward Ooh. Yeah, so very big news there. Very big. Oh, and Kimmy won the sprint. He beat Lewis. Damn it. I had Lewis.
I know. He reeled it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So the next one's in Belgium.
Spa.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Belgium.
Yeah,
it's the one with it's the cool start. They go up the hill first.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
I like that one. Like always, hit us up on the River Cree inbox, which is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their happy hour. It's $5.25 drinks, Sunday to Thursday. I'm just trying to see when it's available, Joaquin. From 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Up next, we go to Anaheim. They're making big news, big offer sheet for one of their star young players, and Leo Carlson. Minchikov also gets inked up. There's rumors that he might get the offer sheet. We'll see what's up with Cutter Gauthier. And will Patty Verbeek, the little ball I hate, will he match? We'll take the 4 first rounders for Leo Carlson. Patrick Present from the Hockey News joins us next year on EST Afternoons. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas. Here's Coop Sports Update.
The Oilers have signed restricted free agent Owen Michaels to a 2-year extension worth $900,000 annually. In other news, Rogers, they've signed a deal to buy the remaining 25% stake in Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment from Kilmer Sports. The deal needs final approval, but if made, Rogers would take 100% ownership of MLSE. World Cup round of 16 action. It's 0-0 in the 59th minute between Portugal and Spain. The winner moves on to play one of Belgium or the United States in the quarterfinals. Those two hit the pitch at 6 o'clock. To the NBA, the Kings, they're waving DeMar DeRozan, according to ESPN's Sham Charania. The 36-year-old averaged over 18 points in 77 games last season as he heads into free agency. The Jays, they're in action against the Giants, opening a 3-game series. Kevin Gausman up on the bump for Toronto. Landon Roop countering for San Francisco. And right now in the majors, bottom 6th inning, the Phillies trailing by 9 to the Royals. We talk some Anaheim Ducks up next here on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation with options for every style and budget. Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
This summer, River Cree Resort and Casino welcomes reggae royalty for an evening with one of the world's most inspiring entertainers, Ziggy Marley. 9-time Grammy winner, Emmy winner, activist, storyteller, musician, legend. Ziggy Marley, The Bright Side Tour. To be true to July 5th at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get tickets now at rivercreeresort.com.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Back here on EST Afternoons on Edmonton Sports Talk. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas here with you. Reminder at 3 o'clock, it is the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. They'll take you right up until 6 o'clock. Don't forget, Wednesday's the big EST golf tournament. The Nielsen Show will be on until 7:50 a.m., and then we're off for the day and return on Thursday. 61st minute, no score between Portugal and Spain. We'll keep you updated on that. But right now, we're going to get to our hockey guest for the second hour. From the Hockey News covering the Anaheim Ducks, a friend of the show, Patrick Present, joins us now. Patrick, good to have you back on. How are things down in Anaheim?
Good to be on, gentlemen. It's supposed to be cottage season, supposed to be beach season. But meanwhile, we're on pins and needles here down in Orange County. Yeah.
No doubt about it. Okay, so late last week, like even our show, it was crazy, man. Everybody was losing their minds. Philadelphia Flyers offer sheet, Anaheim Ducks star Leo Carlsson, 5 years, $18 million AAV. So, Patrick, we'll ask you, is Pat Verbeek weighing his options? Is he automatically going to match this? Well, what's going on with the little ball of hate, as he's known?
Yeah, he's known as supposed to be one of the toughest negotiators in the NHL, but is he going to match? Is he not? Who knows? It's definitely a steep price by design from Danny Briere, a nice little 4th of July gift. But, it kind of boils down to, is Leo Carlsson worth $18 million a year? Probably not. Is he worth 4 first-round picks? Probably not either. And it's somewhere in the middle, and kind of, it seems like he's leaning more towards the $18 million. So I guess if I were to say, I would say it's more likely than not that he'll match. I think you kind of have to. Yeah.
Patrick, here in Edmonton, the GM's on the hot seat no matter what they do, to the restaurants they choose, to the water they drink. But you're seeing a lot of people talk about Pat Verbeek, and he should have got this done. He's being a little bit more assertive in signing some recent players now. Is he on the hot seat now? Is there a lot of pressure on Pat Verbeek over this whole situation?
I don't see how there can't be. I mean, up until this point, he seemed pretty bulletproof. He just got a contract extension before the playoffs started. Everything seemed to be going well. But this is all kind of an accumulation of, past dealings, maybe coming back to bite him, and people now understanding, agents and teams, how he operates. And now he is directly costing the owners, Henry and Susan Samueli, millions and millions of dollars per year because of his tactics now. Because the way this thing is structured, it'll cost about $40 million just on one player in the next 360 days now. So, I mean, Henry is one of the richest owners in the NHL, and it seems like a drop in the bucket, but it's easy to say when it's not your money, and I'm sure he doesn't love that idea.
Patrick Present from the Hockey News joining us here, talking all things Anaheim Ducks. So I'm looking at their Puckpedia page right now after the Minchikov deal, and then they have Leo Carlsson on there with the 18 mil. They have 9.9 million. And it was funny because last week we were talking after free agency, the Oilers were busy, and we're like, the Ducks are keeping their powder dry. They had 35 mil at that time, Patrick. But Pat Verbeek knew this was coming.
I mean, kind of, yeah. We had reports come out from Elliot Friedman saying that they are keeping their powder dry, like you said, because this is a possibility, and they don't know where those numbers are going to land for their high-profile RFAs. And now we kind of do. The painting is a little more clear, and it's probably not in the way that Verbeek would have hoped for, because it was heading into free agency. It was like, okay, can the Ducks get this guy? I mean, Darnell Nurse from Edmonton was there was some interest there, I guess. But I mean, can you imagine if they had pulled that off now? It would have looked even more devastating. So yeah, we were wondering, like, why haven't they been active? Because there's so many guys on the market seemingly, and I guess this is why. And reports came out that Verbeek and the Ducks were expecting an offer sheet, and they weren't expecting 18 million. It sounds like they were thinking more 15-ish. And then obviously they got another report coming out saying that they were willing to match anything that was put out there. And now it comes time to actually, be a man of your word here, because this is hefty.
Patrick, in a scenario that they do take the 4 first-round picks, do you see Anaheim, because they've shown so much promise, beating the Oilers in the first round, looking like the dominant team? They're young, they're fun, it's fun to watch their style of hockey. Do you see probably Verbeek either packaging up these first picks and getting a ready player, or do you think he'd kind of keep the powder dry and see what he can do in the draft with a pretty good draft class coming up?
I think that he would go after players because, like you said, they just made the playoffs. They seem to be on an upward trajectory. Losing Leo Carlsson, obviously, the driving force, the straw that stirs the drink for the whole team, the organization, wouldn't be on the roster anymore. So that'll be a tough pill to swallow. But you could use those picks in trades. I don't think they would hold out for the draft, just because while they are unprotected picks, Philadelphia, if they get Leo Carlsson, they'd now be not just a playoff team like they were last year, but maybe a contender at that point. They have their number 1 center, and those picks would likely be in the 25 to 32 range, and you're probably not going to get anywhere close to a Leo Carlsson at that point. Now, the Ducks use their own picks at the draft, because in this scenario, they'd be high themselves probably, but if the Ducks are intending to contend like they seemingly want to, with their new sports and entertainment district popping up in the next couple of years, they want a competitive team for when that opens. You got to kind of keep plugging away at this, and as Pat Verbeek said himself, keep pushing the football down the field.
Patrick President from the Hockey News joining us here, talking all things Anaheim Ducks. All right, so what's the next step here with Cutter Gauthier? Like, what kind of deal are we looking at? He's an RFA. There's rumors last week as well that he could have been an offer sheet target as well, but Mr. Verbeek must be trying to hammer something down here with Cutter Gauthier. He was top 3 or top 2 in shots, a fantastic player. We absolutely loved him here in the series against Edmonton, but what's next for Cutter Gauthier and the Ducks?
22-year-old 40-goal scorer.
Yeah.
This guy, thankfully, he isn't eligible for an offer sheet. Otherwise, I'm sure the Sharks would have been, not the Sharks, the team, but Sharks would have smelled blood in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Sharks included, I'm sure. So thankfully that isn't an option. It was an option for Pavel Mintyukov. That's why his number came in so seemingly high, is because there was a threat of offer sheets there. So for Gauthier, they have $10 million to work with if they match Leo Carlsson. Obviously, there's some vets on the roster making some good change that they'd have to ship out, because now with Carlsson signing this, everybody's number goes up, right? The internal cap structure is completely flipped on its head. And, maybe you could have signed Cutter Gauthier for $10 million a week ago. Now, you're probably looking at 13, right? $14 million for this guy, a 22-year-old 40-goal scorer. So, I would say if you start seeing veterans shipped out like Alex Killorn or Chris Kreider, who make over $6 million next year, or Frank Vetrano makes 4.5 for the next 2 years, those guys will have to be likely moved out if Gauthier is to sign near his now worth. And then to kind of round out the roster, because, it's definitely taken a hit losing out on, John Carlson, Radko Gudas, Jacob Trouba, Mason McTavish, and Olin Zellweger. They're not as deep, they're not as talented or experienced as the team that defeated the Oilers in 6 games in round 1. They're looking down the barrel of a little step back here, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating in Anaheim, Patrick. I'm sure you guys, we got a few days to go here before they have to match. You know why, Patrick? Because we call Leo Carlsson like Little Barkov here. Like, he's just, maybe he's not worth $18 million, make him the highest paid, but I just can't see the Ducks letting this guy go.
For the Ducks franchise, he's got to be worth close to that, because this is the guy every team wants to get if they're tanking, right? If they're going through a rebuild, this is this is the reason why you rebuild, is to get someone like Leo Carlsson. He was, the second overall pick in the Connor Bedard draft, and a guy that Verbeek really put his stamp on and banged the table for. We are taking this guy over Adam Fantilli, who was the consensus number 2 at the time, right? So, to the Ducks franchise, he's the franchise player. He's the most talented player they've ever had, and that's saying a lot. Definitely the most talented prospect, the highest pick they've ever had. He means so much to the organization, and to see him go out the door even for 4 first-round picks, again, late first-round picks, will be a tough pill to swallow, but as will paying him that much per year and probably damaging your cap sheet. This is by design to put Verbeek in a super uncomfortable pickle.
What do you think of offer sheets ordinarily, Patrick? I mean, we've seen a couple here in Edmonton. I mean, this happened, and friends of mine are texting me and asking if I've seen this yet, and they love it. What's your whole take on offer sheets, and do you find it to be a tool, an unused tool that we don't see too much, but maybe we'll see it more in the NHL?
I mean, yeah, I think the door's wide open now, but I like the idea of it. I mean, RFAs have a tough time enough getting their new contract and getting paid what they're worth during their prime years. Like these are the best years of their careers. And, they have to wait until they're 28, 29 to sign these big deals. And, I'm all for, the idea of offer sheets. 4 first-round picks sounds like a lot and good compensation until you realize, what it means. But usually we've seen it with like those second-tier guys, like you guys had it with Broberg and Holloway, like those in that second-round pick, third-round pick tier, the 1 and 3 tier of Kotkaniemi a couple years ago. This changes the ballgame, though. This is a warning signal to every GM out there, like pay your guys what they're worth at a young age to avoid this kind of situation. And we've seen it in like Montreal. They've done a spectacular job of doing this. We saw with Logan Cooley last year. Like there is a way to avoid this, but now the price to avoid it is probably going to go way up because this is on the other end of it. Now this is a bargaining chip for agents being like, okay, well, we'll just wait until the contract runs out and see if there's any offer sheets on the table. So I think it's fun for the sport. I think it's fun for storylines. I wish the Ducks weren't the guinea pig as someone who covers them, but I mean, from a content standpoint, like I'm loving it. So yeah, I mean, I can kind of see it trending towards more of these definitely in the future, maybe the near future.
Yeah, I know. Patrick, great stuff as always. Interesting week in Anaheim. We'll wait. They got a few days here still to go, so we'll see what Pat Verbeek does. Thank you for your time once again. Enjoy your summer, buddy, and we'll talk when hockey season rolls around. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Thank you for having me, and enjoy your summer. All right. Patrick President from the Hockey News there covering the Anaheim Ducks. It's crazy, though, because it's like you sign him, and people are going to be, but he's not worth $18 million, and it's 5. I think the good thing, it's only 5 years. Yeah. It's not a 7-year deal. But, I mean, like Patrick said, by doing this, Briere has thrown the whole pay structure on its ear. 100%. Because, I mean, we were talking Gauthier, all of a sudden, now he was probably looking at 10-5 or something. Now he's looking at probably closer to 15. Yeah, and he's like, hey, I'm a year older than Leo. I scored 40. Yeah. Second in the league in shots. Yeah. Like, why would I take less? And then he brought up Minchikov, who had to get paid a little bit more than they probably wanted to. But no trade protection. And Stan Bowman learned no trade protection until the last year of his deal, which is a modified. Well, he couldn't, right? Because he's young, though. Oh, maybe because you can't have no move. Your RFA years. Yeah. So that's why. And then interesting also on Cutter Gauthier. Do you give him the bag now instead of bridge him? And that's what this does with the elite player, the elite young guy. It makes him probably play a waiting game. Whereas, if you're, who would you rather have? Between who? Carlson and Cutter. Oh, I think you go Carlson. You can't replace big, huge, skilled centermen. Yeah. Right. Those
Those are what win you championships eventually. But I mean, it's got to be so frustrating for GMs. Like, just look at Matthew Savoy for a sec, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he could be offer sheeted. I'd have to look and see where. Well, they could put him in different categories as long as you have the picks. But you've done so much you've traded for him, you've developed him, he's done everything you've asked and moved into, I would say, kind of a top 6 role, or moonlighting at least at this point. And then all of a sudden someone comes along and goes, yeah, they did all the hard work. We'll take them now. I love it. I think I'm shocked GMs don't do this more.
Well, Dusty had a good point, like on the oil stream. Like, do you just sign Savoy now to a 5-6 year deal, and you might take a hit in the first 2 years because it's a little bit higher than you want to be, but then it's going to be a value deal at the end of it, or you risk losing him too, right?
Well, especially if he comes out and he has like 15 goals in the first 30 games or something like that. Then he's probably sitting there and, you know what, I'll wait and see if there's an offer sheet coming.
What's the age for an offer sheet? Do you have to get over your
first
entry level?
Because they're all the same. What are they? 3 years?
Yeah.
Well, you can be an RFA. It's under 25, though, right? Because if you have that bridge deal, you can still be.
Because Leo's only 21.
I know. There's still there's some certain rules. Like they had the breakdown of.
But to go from 35 mil in cap space to 9.
Yeah.
The drop. I think Anaheim has to match Joaquin. Again, it's only 5 years, right?
Yeah, but
this guy's going to be a stud.
But Patrick makes a good point too. Then you're talking to your owner. Hey, we got to pay this guy $40 million next year. It's tough, man.
Oh.
And I think that
Briere, you sneaky little bugger.
I think that now at least people look at drafts, especially just first round picks, as capital. Let's get a player now. They're not always going to pan out.
Well, and you all they know what kind of player Leo Carlsson is.
Yeah.
You didn't have to draft a player. You didn't have to put him up in your system and help build him as a player. He's 21. He's quickly becoming a superstar. And now that he's guaranteed this money around the league, he's seen as that. With Briere, there were other offers potentially.
When do they have to be done by? When does it have the decision?
Friday? A week from the day.
When are the arbitration cases done?
They're all different, I think. They're all at the end of the month. Into
are
August.
they?
Yeah.
Because with Zegras going through it, it'd be interesting to see if they...
But I think Briere's kind of negotiating with maybe what he feels Zegras is going to take. It's another good point by Patrick was their first round picks, but if Philadelphia does get Leo Carlsson, they're probably a lower end.
Yeah, they're probably not as good.
Not as good, right? I mean, you're not guaranteed that those players are going to turn into anything. So what would you do if you're Patty Verbeek? Well, let's ask the Nazis. Would you just bite the bullet for 5 years and talk to your owner and say, we have to pay this guy? Like he's our guy. He's becoming a star. He's one of our, if not our most important player. We need to pay him for the next 5 years, 18 mil.
I mean,
it's
kind of Kirill Kaprizov's fault too.
Sure.
A little bit.
He shouldn't have had, he's a really good player, but 17.5?
Yeah, he's not.
He's not.
The influx though of cap, $24 million over 3 seasons, 7.5 roughly each year in the NHL, that it was going up because of the frozen cap. Like younger players are going to be paid more. And now arbitration, where does that go into? Jason Robertson being offered $15 million in a sign and trade to go join the Seattle Kraken, and he says no. Where do you set that number then?
For such a calm, cool guy, it's weird that Robertson's doing all this.
Well, look at Philadelphia's cap space, 29.5. Yeah. Right? They'll go down to 21, right? If they get Leo Carlsson. And then you got to get Mr. Zegras signed up, which is probably going to cost you anywhere from 8 to 12.
Yeah, no, because he's 5.
I shouldn't say 8, it's 10 to 12. Man, this is going to be an interesting week. This one, Old Gil says, let him walk, trade the picks for players. Heard Verbeek was offering 10-12 for Carlson. Yeah.
Well, he was trying to do them both, right?
Yeah.
For that.
Do a little Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves kind of deal. Didn't they each roll out, $10.5 million deals?
10.
Caster says, take the picks and use the money to lock Goche and Seneca up. You got to sign.
Well, Seneca's down the line too.
Yeah, that's the thing, man.
I love that kid.
But Leo's better than both of them, I think.
What an awful situation to be in.
We got to get out because we're right out of time, Joaquin. We're coming to you live from the William Huff Studios. Up next, the Let's Do a Parlay in this day and all that fun stuff as we get you ready for the Reed Wilkins Show in the 81st minute. Still no score between Spain and Portugal. This has PKs written all over it, boys. All over it. Don't go anywhere. We close it out next here on EST Afternoons.
The Oilers have signed restricted free agent Owen Michaels to a 2-year extension worth $900,000 annually. In other news, Rogers, they've signed a deal to buy the remaining 25% stake in Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment from Kilmer Sports. The deal needs final approval, but if made, Rogers would take 100% ownership of MLSE. World Cup round of 16 action, still 0-0 between Portugal and Spain in the 83rd minute of action. The winner of that match faces one of the United States or Belgium. Those two hit the pitch at 6 o'clock from Lumen Field in Seattle. In other news, ESPN Shams Charania has reported that the Kings are waiving DeMar DeRozan, with the 36-year-old now heading into free agency after averaging over 18 points in 77 games with Sacramento last year. The Blue Jays are in action against the Giants, opening a 3-game series. Kevin Gausman on the bump for Toronto. First pitch just before 8 o'clock. Currently in the majors, bottom 7th inning, Phillies down by 10 to the Royals, and later on we see the Yankees and Rays lock horns. This Sports Update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc, they're the experts you need to know. The Screw Let's Do It Parlay up next here on EST Afternoon. Stay tuned for that. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Firehouse Subs. Our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Here's to the beautiful lakes and stunning landscapes Canada has to offer. And for the kayak, camping gear, and summer toys you used to enjoy them? Need extra space? Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca. Happy Canada Day.
It's the weekend. The sun is out, and everyone, yes, even the kids, are bored. Bring them to the Canadian Brew House. Our patios have games to keep the whole family going, rooftop views, real turf to run around on, and misters for when the summer gets serious. Oh, and we've still got the game on. Always. All day. All weekend. All summer. The Canadian Brew House. Canada's best patios.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
We're back here on EST Afternoon's Finals. Simon ran a little late there. Lots coming in on Leo Carlson. Not to mention, Ducks need to do something with that blue line. Yeah, like their blue line's taking a big hit, Joaquin. Big Uke says, Ducks are put in a tough spot whether they match or not. Thank you, Philly. It's true. This one says you have to pay him. They have no other centers behind them. I think you almost pay him, but then you might lose Seneki, or whatever his name is. Seneca. Or Cutter. Or you bridge him and then you risk losing him. I can't fathom losing Leo Carlson. Good on Daniel Briere, man.
Yeah.
Balls on that guy, eh?
Wow.
Because if he gets him, he still has cap space like crazy. He's got to sign Zegras.
Well, it's Zegras and, Drysdale.
This one says Leo will just retire after 5 years.
I mean, why not, right? Get as much money as you can.
All right, let's get to the screw it. Let's do a parlay. We got 5 minutes here. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. If you gamble, use your game sense. All right, fellas, what do we got?
USA, Belgium, 6 o'clock from Seattle, Lumen Field. USA might be a bunch of cheaters. Who knows? I don't know what's going on in... you get a red card. You shouldn't be able to play. But we, as Canadian sports fans, always want the United States to fail. And they are the only host country remaining in this year's World Cup. But they're going to be booted out today by Belgium. I'm taking Belgium money line plus 177. Play Alberta.
Belgium money line.
Yes.
Okay. Joaquin.
What to do, hey?
What to do? You want to do corners?
I'm just looking.
No.
Just looking.
Like doing corners.
Yeah, well, you were always in the corner.
Did you bet corners this weekend?
Don't put Hernan in the corner.
Never put Hernan in the corner.
No one puts baby in the corner.
Did you bet that, though, in the Canada-Morocco game, corners?
No. I
Really?
did not. No.
I thought...
No, I did not.
Corner heat?
Let's...
Not corner gas. It's corner Latino heat.
Oh, I don't want to race to 5 corners. I just want corners.
I'm trying to find something. God, this is tough. Let's go with...
Well, Jays play today.
First half.
Yeah,
No.
I'm going over 5.5 corners for USA.
Okay.
Yeah.
For USA?
Right now we're at over plus 300, so we just need you, Gager. You can do MLB too.
Take it easy.
Maybe I'll go correct score.
Oh, okay.
Let's go 2-1 Belgium.
2-1 Belgium, correct score. Can you? How do you do that again?
You click
go to
into it.
correct score.
They make it pretty easy for you.
Go to correct score.
No, there's no such
that?
thing.
And then
here we go.
What do you mean multi-score?
2-1 Belgium?
Yeah.
They're away, right?
Yeah.
They are away.
España!
In the 91st minute, and they have 6 minutes. Lovely.
It says selections cannot be combined. I don't think we
can do it. We
Okay.
can. We are power. We have the power.
Maddie has the power.
I think. Don't quote me on it. I didn't say it.
Oh, they
totally didn't say it live.
You stand up. If you just stood up and
he's
didn't,
on.
I know, but there was a little bit of a kerfuffle before, and everyone just stopped playing.
Qué golazo, Joaquin.
Being up 1-0 in the 92nd minute with a total of +6 in injury time. Is that what they say? In injury time? Stoppage time? Stoppage time.
Injury time, isn't it?
Is it the same?
Whatever.
National Fried Chicken Day today, Joaquin.
Really?
Yeah. National Air Traffic Control Day. You think you can be an air traffic controller?
No.
Oh, that's too much pressure.
I think so.
Yeah.
I got a friend that does it.
Yeah.
Well, a guy I know.
Yeah. Remember Breaking Bad? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was because Jesse Pinkman was dating the daughter.
Was it? Was that? Yeah, because his daughter passed away. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Breaking Bad.
Wow, Walt could have helped her.
Okay, quickly, everybody text in. Should Hernan start watching Silo? Is it Silo or?
Oh, yeah, it's
Okay.
good. It's a book. So.
What?
It was a book before.
Oh, was it?
Oh, I love one in the most important...
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you guys spoil shows. Why can't I, huh?
Shh.
All right, big shout out to Patrick Present from the Hockey News and JC Abbott. Tomorrow, the debut of the Mark Majot segment.
All right.
Have some questions ready, Joaquin.
Yeah.
About your movies.
There we go.
He's probably watched Silo. I've only watched I watched the first season, and I watched the first 3 of the second, but there's a third out now, so now I can get into it again. It's good. I like those dystopian thrillers.
Dystopian?
Yeah.
Well, we got a thriller coming up. Reed Wilkins Show, 3 to 6 p.m. with Jay Milne right here on EST. Joel DeBlanco, 4 o'clock, will be joining us to talk about the Elks' first loss of the season. We got the Athlete of the Week. We'll be talking about Frederick Anderson and his first media availability with the Oilers in Edmonton as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did speak.
I hope I can get the team over the hump. Blah, blah, blah.
He wants to win.
Good dude.
That was great, dude.
Yeah.
Really laid back.
Likes Babcock.
Yeah.
You Dwayne Rollison.
Okay, we got to get out. For Coob and Joaquin, I'm Hernan saying enjoy the day. Go Belgium. Go Belgium. And we'll chat tomorrow. Don't go anywhere. Reed Wilkins, J Milne coming up. We love you. Chowders.